everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my gardening series, A Year in the Garden, a Week at a Time. We are 12 weeks before last frost date. So as you can see, I am out in my greenhouse. It is a beautiful February day. Temperatures are almost 50 right now. And I thought I would come out here to do some seed starting that I have to do because I don't have to worry about making a mess. So every once in a while you're going to hear some noise because it's windy out and this greenhouse moves a little bit. And so forgive me for that. So I was looking in my gardening journal, and every week I have written in there, check on seedlings daily, water as needed. And while I do that, I actually check on my seedlings twice a day because it can be really dry here in the wintertime in the house, even with a house humidifier. I have to check on my seedlings twice a day just to make sure they don't dry out. Now, one of the things I haven't been doing yet is fertilizing them. So I want to go over real quick when to know that it's time to fertilize your seedlings. Here I have two of my seedlings. This is parsley. This is curly leaf. There's curly leaf. You can see that. And flat leaf parsley. These need to be transplanted already because they're growing so well. But you can see they all have their true leaves on there. In other words, you know what this is by looking at the leaves. You can tell which is curly and which is flat leaf. When I planted these, I said I'm not going to label them because I'll know what they are. And you can definitely see which ones are curly, which ones are flat. These are true leaves. Now if you look at this dill, you can see some of the little leaves here look like dill leaves. Those are true leaves. And here, cilantro. These are their seed leaves and these are the true leaves. So my rule of thumb is as soon as plants get their true leaves, then you can start doing a half-strength fertilizer. A lot of people ask me, how do you know when it's time to water? Well, for me, I pick these up and I kind of know the weight of them. So this definitely needs water, I can tell. And this isn't too bad. It's still got some weight to it, but it could use a good, it can't go till tomorrow. Neither of these can go till tomorrow. This one needs water too. Not too bad, but it needs water. But I'm actually going to transplant these. I pulled one of these out. Let's see. You can see it's really getting root bound. So we're going to transplant these today as well. And get those in another pot. But that's how you can tell when you need to start fertilizing. Now I just use your basic water soluble fertilizer. This is the one that turns green when you put it in there. You'll know which one that is. And I like to bottom water these. So bottom watering is where you pour the water in the bottom of the tray. And it will soak it up. I'm just going to put a little bit in here because there's only a couple plants in here. And then these will soak this up from the bottom. That way you don't have to worry about getting like fungal diseases on your top here because the water is so, it's always wet on top. So today I get to start my peppers. At least the hot peppers. And I'm really happy about that. This year in my garden, I want to do ornamental peppers. A lot more ornamental peppers. Because I just absolutely love them. Now for those of you who don't know, ornamentals peppers are usually little peppers that grow and they turn all different kinds of colors. I got some that will be yellow, orange, purple, and red all at the same time. I've got some that are just black. I've got some that are just purple. But I love to throw these in little splashes around my garden because they just bring a smile to my face. And that's one thing I like to remind you to do, is plant stuff in your garden that will bring a smile to your face. Not that when you look at it go, oh, I have to weed that or something like that. So make sure you plant some in your garden that's fun. So here are the peppers that I am going to plant, the hot peppers I'm going to plant today. Serrano, Poblano, Ancho, Corbaci. These are for a friend of mine. Cajun Bell, Jalapeno, and then the ones with the asterisks are ornamental peppers. Explosive Ember, Royal Black, Medusa, Sedona Sun, Bolivian Rainbow, and New Mex Easter. So here I have seed starting mix, and I have sterilized this with boiling water. It's been sitting out here for at least a half an hour. So that's ready to go. And then I've got my seed tray ready for all my hot peppers. I've got all my pepper seed picked out, and I've got all my labels made up. So I'm going to do one of these with you, and then I'll finish the rest. So I've chosen these 6-cell packs to do my peppers. That means I can do 2 cells of each variety that I have. And I fill them up, pack down the soil, and go like that. That's how I fill up my trays. I'm going to do all of my trays, so because this is still a little too warm to plant, so that'll cool them off a little bit more. Okay, so I have my seed cells packed, and I'm just gonna put a little hole in each of them. You don't have to be too careful about the depth. They're gonna find a way to the surface. Now these jalapenos, I've got orange, pumpkin spice, and lemon. These are some I bought a couple years ago. When did I buy these? 2019. And I've just been growing a few of them every year. Now I dropped 2 seeds in each hole. And I'm going to do 2 of each color. So then I just collapse the holes. And then, even though this is moist, I have a bottle. This used to be a vinegar bottle. And I just drilled some holes in the top. You see that? And I just water them in. Because it's a fairly gentle watering. So those are all set to go. Now I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more to go. Okay, now these are all done. I ended up planting my sweet peppers too, because I had the space in this tray, and I like to have a full tray of seed starts because it's easier for watering, and they hold in the humidity better, and it's just, I don't know, it's just one of those things I like to have. So all my hot peppers, my ornamental peppers, and my sweet peppers that I'm starting. Now I will take these downstairs, put them on a heat mat, and put a dome over the top of them until they start to poke through. Once they start to poke through, the dome comes off, but they stay on the heat mat until I see their true leaves. Because peppers really like to be warm, and that's one of the reasons why they don't like to be winter sown. So these will do just fine. And once they start poking through the soil, then you want to put them under lights to make sure that they have lights and they don't get leggy. Also remember, I do have all these, but I also have the peppers that I've winter sown. So I have a few more varieties that I've winter sown. So these are the sweet peppers that I've sown. Romanian Rainbow, Jupiter, Rainbow Bell, which is just a pack of red, yellow, green peppers. Orange, Sweet Pickle, North Star, and Sweet Roaster, which is like an Italian roasting tomato. Those are the sweet peppers that I have sown. So the next thing on my agenda is to transplant this parsley. And basically, I'm just popping it out of here. It comes out pretty easy. And then a little bit of soil in the bottom. And I just fill it up. I know you can't see that, but I'm just filling it up around the sides. There we go. I'm going to finish up the rest of these. As you can see, I took 4 of those parsley plants and I put them in a pot, and this pot is going to go in my kitchen so I can have fresh parsley. It should do pretty well in there. So that is it for this episode. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope that you learned something maybe. So I put my last frost date right around May 22nd, May 21st. If we have an early spring, these peppers will be able to go out in the garden before that. But I don't ever count on having an early spring around here. But it sure is nice to be sitting here in this greenhouse in the sun. It is 75 degrees out in here. Pretty nice. You can come out here and pretend that it's not the middle of winter. And it's really nice because I don't have to worry about making a mess. I don't have to worry about getting dirt everywhere. I can leave everything out except for water. I have to bring water in because it still freezes at night. But as long as the sun is hitting the greenhouse, it's nice and warm in here. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Sharon's Home and Garden. If you like what you saw here, do me a favor and click on that subscribe button so YouTube will show my videos to more people. And until next time, everybody, have a great week and happy gardening. Bye-bye. Dirty fingernails. That's how you know it's planting season. Yeah, that's going to be fun to get clean.